When I think of Delone, the first thing comes to my mind is tradition. Just sitting here talking about it, I have goosebumps.
The Delone Catholic community is full of tradition. We celebrate our past because it strengthens our future.
I see her as a leader.
He cared about people.
Refinement, dignity, generosity.
She gave everything she could while she was here.
She was a doer of the word.
We are proud to honor them today and forever.
Join us for stories and celebration as we welcome the newest class of Hall of Honor inductees.
I love Delone Catholic. I loved everything I did here.
Every time I think of a high school, it's Delone.
This school is instrumental in everything I ever thought of.
It's part of the tradition and the community that has always been here at Delone Catholic.
The tradition continues. Get your tickets today.
Dear Mom and Dad, I wanted to take a moment to genuinely thank you for the incredible gift of a Delone Catholic education. The support and sacrifices you make mean a lot to me.
Thank you for believing in my potential enough to invest in the school. I know you didn't have this same opportunity, and that truly inspires me to do my best every day.
It goes beyond just academics for me. Being able to explore and deepen my faith in this environment is incredibly important. The lessons here build more than just test scores. They instill real-world values.
My teachers are so kind and caring. Their dedication is incredible. I truly feel their mentorship is preparing me for college and beyond.
My coaches teach me about leadership and discipline, which makes me a stronger person, both on the court, on the stage, and in the classroom.
This education emphasizes leading a life rooted in moral integrity and faith. Those principles
The friendships I've developed here are invaluable. At another school, I might have not met such incredible people who consistently encourage me to do better.
Having friends who share similar values creates a strong sense of belonging for me. It's comforting to know I am part of this journey with others, and we help each other grow.
I am honestly so thankful for this opportunity. Your sacrifice has given me more than just a school. It has made me a part of a community that truly understands the importance of faith and deep connection.
Thank you, parents, for believing in me and supporting my path. I promise to use everything you've given me to build a positive and bright future.
I appreciate you both so much. Knowing you will always be there in my corner makes all the difference as I move forward towards my new endeavors.
Love, Jackie.
Colin.
I had to do something when my headaches were making my entire life a headache. My PCP was so good about it. We talked about my routines, like all the coffee I'm drinking and all the sleeping I'm not doing. We ruled some things out, and I made some changes. So far, fewer headaches. So good. My PCP specializes in me.
Find a PCP near you and connect to a network of nationally recognized care at upmc.com/PCP.
Delone Catholic strategically invests in modern, safe, and innovative facilities with cutting-edge technology to support spiritual development and excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics, today and for the future.
I think we're going to have a lot better school than we have now, trying to keep the traditions that we do have, but expanding on them and making this a better place for students and teachers. The feedback we received from the community was that we needed a safe learning environment, and we needed technology upgrades here at the school to make it a better learning environment for the students and teachers. The broader community is very important to the school. We want to have a great environment for everyone, not just the students and faculty, but the community as well, the alumni, and the businesses in the area. I'm excited about the improving all aspects of the school, the facilities, the athletic fields, the artistic areas, and to make this a place that students can be proud to come to, that's on par with any school of its size in the area.
I like how welcoming everyone is and how genuine the people are here.
I could not recommend Delone Catholic more to anyone who is considering transferring schools, coming to a new school, maybe you're just getting out of middle school, can't decide where to go to high school. Delone Catholic is the place to choose.
Dear Mom and Dad, I wanted to take a moment to genuinely thank you for the incredible gift of a Delone Catholic education. The support and sacrifices you make mean a lot to me.
Thank you for believing in my potential enough to invest in the school. I know you didn't have this same opportunity, and that truly inspires me to do my best every day.
It goes beyond just academics for me. Being able to explore and deepen my faith in this environment is incredibly important. The lessons here build more than just test scores. They instill real-world values.
My teachers are so kind and caring. Their dedication is incredible. I truly feel their mentorship is preparing me for college and beyond.
My coaches teach me about leadership and discipline, which makes me a stronger person, both on the court, on the stage, and in the classroom.
This education emphasizes leading a life rooted in moral integrity and faith. Those principles guide me through challenges and help me figure out the right path for my future.
The friendships I've developed here are invaluable. At another school, I might have not met such incredible people who consistently encourage me to do better.
Having friends who share similar values creates a strong sense of belonging for me. It's comforting to know I am part of this journey with others, and we help each other grow.
I am honestly so thankful for this opportunity. Your sacrifice has given me more than just a school. It has made me a part of a community that truly understands the importance of faith and deep connection.
Thank you, parents, for believing in me and supporting my path. I promise to use everything you've given me to build a positive and bright future.
I appreciate you both so much. Knowing you will always be there in my corner makes all the difference as I move forward towards my new endeavors. Love,
Jackie.
Colin.
I had to do something when my headaches were making my entire life a headache. My PCP was so good about it. We talked about my routines, like all the coffee I'm drinking and all the sleeping I'm not doing. We ruled some things out, and I made some changes. So far, fewer headaches. So good. My PCP specializes in me.
Find a PCP near you and connect to a network of nationally recognized care at upmc.com/PCP.
Good evening. Welcome to JT Flaherty Field in the campus of Delone Catholic High School. I'm Bill Smith. I'm going to be bringing you the lacrosse game, boys varsity lacrosse, here with my Delone Catholic Squires as they take on the West York Bulldogs. At senior night here at Delone, we have two actually. This isn't the last home game. We have one moved from next Tuesday to this Friday. We're going to have Southwest coming. I believe Southwest is going to be in the county playoffs, so they're going to need to play next Tuesday for that. So we moved the game up until Friday for that. I'm here with my wife Danny and with our intern, running out of time with him, Luke. He's going to be graduating in just a couple of weeks. We're going to use him as much as we can, ride him until the wheels fall off, as it were.
I do want to thank Luke for everything he's done for us, especially this year. We could not have done half of the things we've done without him. He's taking care of, our overlays that you see on the screen right now. He's taking care of setting up, tearing down, going through the equipment, making sure we've had things. So we truly will miss him, but wish him well on his future endeavors from graduation and beyond. You will have us also for Thursday, May 14th. We will be hopefully doing the liturgy for the solemnity of the Ascension. Mass starts approximately 10:30. We kind of have to wait till all the kids get settled, and then we take care of that. Friday, May 15th, we will hopefully be bringing you the senior awards around 9:15 in the morning. And then Friday, May 15th, graduation will be at 6:30. And then, of course, we come back a week later for Friday, May 22nd, where we do the underclassmen awards around 11. That is the end of the year for our underclassmen.
Sorry, I'm just waiting. We're having a little bit of small technical problems just with the cell feed and stuff. I'm trying to get up the link
to get that out.
Yeah, I wanted to get to the athletic page. I had to change that, but everything on that end of things is taking a little bit longer. But luckily, I think the connection that we have here is nice and secure. I don't want to talk it up too much.
Well, I do want to thank Mrs. Legacy for everything she's done for us all year. She's had a challenge with making sure we stay connected, and she has exceeded all those requirements, and we really and truly thank her for everything she has taken care of, as well as Mr. Smith, Jimmy Smith, for the connections and fine-tuning things and getting us connections in the gym and the old gym, the new gym, and making sure things are stable out here. So thank you to both of them and everybody else who played a part in that. Also want to take this opportunity to thank our Squire Guild members: Conewago Contractors Incorporated, Conewago Enterprises Incorporated, Donald B. Smith Roofing Incorporated, the John Gastley Scholarship Foundation, Griffith Plumbing Services, the McSherrystown K, Trummer Family Dentistry, UPMC, CR3 American Exteriors, Hanover Auto Team, Mooney Law, Schmuck Lumber Company, Wellspan Health. Thank you so much for supporting our Squires and making it possible for us to do all the things we do here as far as student activities and DCBN and beyond. And if you're watching and you want to know how you can become a Squire Guild member, and there's many ways that you can contribute to that in addition to financial support. We have internships and coming in and speaking to the students, and prayers are always welcome. But reach out to Mr. Eric Lawrence, Director of Advancement at elawrence@DeloneCatholic.org, or you can reach him at 717-637-5969, extension 201, or scan the QR code, and that'll take you onto our website, where you can find not only his contact information, but pretty much everything we'll be talking about here tonight. So thank you to everyone, both in the community and in school, that helps us bring these broadcasts to you.
And one thing sort of impromptu, it kind of does go along with Luke graduating away from us. We are looking for another intern for the coming years. I've got a couple people that I've approached, a couple people in mind. But if you're a student here at Delone, especially if you're going into your junior or senior year, and you have any interest in broadcasting, learning what we do, being at the sporting events, come see me in room 120. Email me at wsmith@DeloneCatholic.org. Track me down as I'm taking laps around the halls, anything. Let me know that you're interested, and we can set something up probably with the department, with Mrs. Taylor and everybody that works with interns. There's a ton of stuff. In the 2 years that Luke has been here, he can now do pretty much everything that we do.
Yes, if I had a little bit more time with him, like even just 6 months more, he could do absolutely everything we do. He has been phenomenal. But outside of internships, if you're a freshman, sophomore, incoming freshman, and you want to work with us with different broadcasts outside the internship program, we also welcome you to reach out. This is something you can help us at masses during live stream. You can help us at games, and it doesn't have to be a every game commitment. It can be as you're available to do that.
Mass is sort of popular because you're already at school and things are kind of set up. There's a minimum of stuff to do, but it's good experience moving, just switching from camera to camera, getting the overlays, the next one set up, and seeing how Danny does. Mostly does it because I kind of left a little bit of that to her over the years, but it's neat to see the kids be able to pick that up and be able to play with that. And the tech comes, when we were younger, the tech came easier to us, and with young people, it tends to come easier with them as well.
And speaking of Mass, I want to give a shout out to another one of our seniors, Ben, who has been with us for 4 years. He has, doesn't live locally, so he's done more things that were more school-based, and huge shout out to him. He's taken over a lot of the things with masses, so we will be sad to see him go as well, but again, thank him for all he's done and wish him well on his future endeavors, and I hope that he will come back and visit with us, and as well as Luke, and keep touch base, stop in at football games, that kind of thing, see us when we're here, and they're able.
We've had a number of people work with us even a little bit or a lot over the years. Some are into, I'm thinking Joey Chirillo, he's working I think he's still doing some broadcasts and stuff at college. Dante's doing some things, more on the technical end of things. But yeah, there's a lot of great things that kids, and everybody, even people that don't cross my path at all in their 4 years, this is the time of year we start to celebrate those things, celebrate what kids are going to do, and kids that have gone what they've been doing. So it's great to be here. We're going to celebrate the seniors and the lacrosse team tonight as they take on a pretty game West York team. I didn't get to see them at all this year yet. My season was kind of cut short a little bit, my season reffing, but I didn't have any of West York on my schedule this year. Past couple of years I had them quite a bit. I always enjoyed having them. They were a very good, generally well-behaved team, not necessarily always the most competitive, but they tended to not get very frustrated, and that was nice to have because there were some teams that did. So I really I want to welcome the Bulldogs here. Want to wish both teams the best of luck. We're celebrating our seniors, kids who played all 4 years. We might have one or two that just started this year. As lacrosse is getting up, we do have a core of people who've played from little on up. So it's neat to have. I know we have, as one of the coaches coming back from last year, Levi Davenport, and I think he just started playing last year, and now he's into it enough that he's helping us coach. And that's, again, just people coming back and being a part of the community even after they graduate. So if I get a chance to see him, I'm going to say hi and really congratulate him.
We always love being able to highlight our seniors. We are going to be here again Friday night if weather cooperates and all things go. We did intend to do 3 games this year, but Mr. Smith was out with a medical issue, so we just had to cut it back to 2. So we apologize to our lacrosse players for not being more present here. But with Mr. Smith talking about people coming back into the community, I do have a QR code up on the screen. It talks about Delone Catholic's Timeless Excellence Strategic Plan. You can scan the QR code and go to the website to find out more about that. But that is an initiative where you have community members, alumni, staff, just a large sampling of people who are coming together and developing a strategic plan which gives us a path forward and shapes how we're going to be growing into the future. So please check that out. There's going to be a lot of information coming out about that. Watch on social media. They'll tell you a little bit more about that, and we will be able to see some things coming as they develop that and can share more information with you. And while we were talking about our seniors, we do have the valedictorian and salutatorian for our class of 2026. Bill, I recognize the faces, but I don't know the names. Can you tell me who they are on the screen? He doesn't have his name. Putting him on the spot.
I've had so many marches, or I've had a few marches already. Tim March and Ivy Nieves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew the faces, but I'm not real good with the names. I'm not here quite as much as you, though. Sometimes it feels like I am. So congratulations to our valedictorian and salutatorian. You will get to see their speeches during graduation as we live stream that out. So make sure you tune in for that. There's also the annual academic banquet. The top 10% will be honored. More information will be that on the website about that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And we want to congratulate Mrs. Miller for her national recognition, her certificate in the staff news. And during halftime, we'll try and go into these things a little bit more, but we wanted to make sure to bring these things to you and kind of go over them as we're waiting for things to start. There's a little bit of a...
There's a bit of a late arrival by West York, but they're here. They're getting ready. I think that might have just pushed back the senior night stuff by a little. I've yet to see any refs. I'm just interested and curious to see who's working the game tonight. I know most of them, by name and face, and I've worked with a lot of them already. It's just nice to see them, and it's been after 2.5 weeks almost since I did anything. I kind of miss it, so it's good to be out here and be able to be part of the game, even if I'm not running up and down the field, which that part's not really something I'd say I miss so much. But
you miss it when you can't do it.
Yeah, that's what it is. But following the game is really fun. I'm learning quite a bit. I remember back when we were first started broadcasting some of the games here, I was unaware of a lot of the rules and why things happened the way they did, and it's been really cool to be able to learn that and understand that. Just like basketball, if a pass goes out of bounds, it's whoever touched it last, the other team gets it. But if it's a shot, it's the person who's closest to the ball when it goes across the line. So if you're shooting, you can keep the ball just by having somebody back in the back and closest to the ball. So the strategy of it's really cool.
And speaking of your experience, this is a good time to remind people, if you're 16 or older and you're interested in becoming a ref, PIAA is looking for refs.
Yeah, actually, one of our seniors, Nick Holtz, is a lacrosse referee. He referees youth games in the weekends. You don't do JV or varsity, but U8, 10, 12, and 14, he's able to referee those games, make a great little bit of money for a part-time job, and get some really good experience of watching the game, seeing how people are progressing.
And then once he graduates, he can go on to do varsity,
right? And
JV and varsity games.
Also, if you're a junior referee, you don't have to pay. It's $40 to get the rule book and to take the test to qualify. They waive that for junior officials, I believe. So a little bit of incentive there. You don't have that much of an upfront cost.
But it's a great opportunity, whether not everybody goes on to play sports in college, but it gives you an opportunity to stay involved in the sports. You didn't have specific experience in some of the sports that you've reffed. So the PIAA is great about teaching you and guiding you and mentoring you through new sports. So whether you've played lacrosse or football or field hockey or wrestling or any of the sports you see in the high school and college, starting out here at 16, 17, 18, by the time you're in your mid-20s, you might be in a level where you're doing some of the more advanced. It gives you a path into the...
And that's really the thing. I started a little bit before 50. I should have started in my 20s. Because I could be good at this by then, or by now, and could be up there. There are people in our chapter that go in the weekends, instead of doing youth, they're doing college stuff.
So it's a great opportunity and experience. And I can tell you, from my observation of your experience, you've had a great set of people mentoring you, guiding you, helping you along the way. And, I see the refs over there walking into the corner.
Okay, I didn't catch them yet. But.
They're over between the shack and the...
Oh, okay. Okay, I do see you. I was expecting the jacket, not
the stripes.
But they're tough. They're going in the long sleeves. But that is a nice experience, a good experience too. You get to look at the sport from a different vantage point. Physically, you're right there, but also watching things that are different from when you're playing or when you're just a spectator. It's a deeper experience of the game, whichever sport you're talking about.
And when they do switch over to senior nights, what we're going to do is throw that over to the PA announcers, assuming we have a clean feed. We'll listen for that. If not, Mr. Smith will help by relaying what is going on out there. But hopefully we'll be able to pick up our announcers cleanly, and they'll be going through our senior night program, and then we'll bring you back for the after the national anthem and the prayer. Then we'll come back and Mr. Smith will do his best to keep us informed on what's going on in the game. I am just here to jump in as needed, and I'll jump in at halftime, and hopefully he'll help me get through some of the halftime announcements. We have quite a bit, but between now and Friday we'll get everything covered pretty thoroughly.
Trying to take a look at who's out there for the refs. I think guy in the middle might be Delone, which is good because the last game I was supposed to work with him, he had to turn back, so I was hoping he was okay.
Actually, want to thank our refs, want to thank our coaches, want to thank our parents. Everybody is over working the concession stands, the parents that are out here taking tickets, the volunteers who take care of the fields. Just really appreciate everything everybody does to make these events possible, because without our volunteers, we could not do even a fraction of the things we take care of here at Delone. So having a community that's invested and gives back is really and truly a blessing and a great resource.
And we do it. We have people who take pride in being the person who takes care of certain things. It's really, and I know, and I just from a little bit of experience with a place like West York, they're a public school, but they're a pretty small town and a close-knit community. They have that as well, but just having grown up, always from the time I could walk, knowing I was going to Delone and that being the path, it's something that we try not to take for granted and try to be aware of, because there are people who do the same thing, the same part of the process for 30, 40 years. Always think about Jim Groff. He videoed football games, didn't miss a game in like 42 years. And Tommy Ryder, who does the works the table at the basketball games. He's been doing it for 30 years.
Now, as a ref, what's going on when you have the teams and the coaches out there?
Oh, it's for the coin toss. They go through the PIAA, basically the mutual respect, and the coaches affirm that everybody's got the right equipment on, type of thing. But they also flip a coin for. They have two choices. One is they can choose which goal they want to defend, and they switch every quarter. So if you defend one side first quarter, you'll switch to the other one the second, come back to the first one third, and then go to the other one for the fourth. Or you can choose AP, which is alternate possession. It's basically the possession arrow in basketball. If something happens where the ball goes out of bounds and you don't know who touched it last, or there's a tie they can go to alternate possession as a way of saying who's going to get the ball next. It doesn't happen nearly as much as it does in basketball, so it doesn't usually take on the same importance as it does in basketball. And the first possession, every possession is pretty much started with a face-off, so it's not anything like you don't get first possession, but you can take alternating
Sounds like the PA is getting ready to go on,
Yes.
So I'm going to disconnect me, and we'll get started with them.
Any moment now, they're going to start with the senior night announcements. Looks like they're going to be coming across the field toward us.
Good evening. Delone Catholic would like to start the evening off by welcoming all visitors, families, and friends. We wanted to welcome all the future squires to the stadium tonight. We invite you to join the team on the sidelines for opening ceremonies and the national anthem. Tonight we come together not just to celebrate a game, but to honor the incredible dedication, passion, and spirit of our senior players and their families. Seniors, thank you for the years you poured into this team. Your leadership, perseverance, and commitment have shaped our program and inspired your teammates. You've left your mark both on and off the field, and we're proud of the legacy you're leaving behind as the winningest program in school history. To the parents, thank you for the long drives, dealing with the extra smelly gear, loud cheers, and constant support. None of this would be possible without your unwavering encouragement and sacrifice. Tonight we start by honoring senior Sarah Park, team manager, escorted by her host parents, Christina and Zachary Green. This is Sarah's first year as a manager for the lacrosse team. She is also a member of the golf team, National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, Interact Club, Earn Your Armor Council, and Respect Life Club, as well as serving as president of STEM Club. Sarah will attend the University of Pittsburgh to major in pharmacy. Her favorite memory was when Tyler Marshall first scored in a varsity game. From Sarah, special shout out to the team and coaches for always making me feel like a valued part of the team. Carrying countless water bottles, many have given me some muscles, but more importantly, you have given me unforgettable memories. Thank you for everything. Number 12, Colt Kirchner, escorted by Greg Kirchner, Teresa Klunk, and Brian Schaefer. Colt has played lacrosse at Delone Catholic for 4 years. He is also a member of the football, wrestling teams, and STEM club. Colt plans to become an electrician and join the workforce. His favorite memory is sophomore year against York Catholic, playing duck, duck, goose after both teams were penalized. From Colt, thank you to Coach Greg for stepping up my freshman year when we didn't know who our coach would be. Coach John for teaching me how to play my position, and Coach Tate for all the time outside of practice he put in with me. Number 8, Ben Godecker, escorted tonight by his parents Jennifer Rain and Mark Godecker. Ben has played lacrosse for 2 years at Delone Catholic. He is also a member of the cross-country team. Ben will be attending Penn State University, University Park, and majoring in biomedical engineering. His favorite memory is getting a buzz cut when the team made districts for the first time in school history. From Ben, shout out to Caden Hicks for teaching me everything I know. Number 16, Ryan Smullian, escorted by Jonathan Smullian and Monica Miller. This is Ryan's second year playing lacrosse for Delone Catholic. He is also a member of the varsity football team and mini-thon committee. Ryan plans to enlist in the Coast Guard after graduation. His favorite memory is making the best out of the season with limited numbers of available players. From Ryan, thanks to Coach Greg for allowing me to join the team last year when the season had already begun. Number 7, Nicholas Holtz, escorted by his parents Christina and Greg Holtz. Nick has played lacrosse for 4 years at Delone Catholic. He is also a member of the soccer team and STEM club. Nick will attend Marywood University to study horticulture. His favorite memory was playing duck, duck, goose during the York Catholic game. From Nick, shout out to my mom and dad for always being supportive and helping me along the way. Let's give a big, loud cheer for all of our seniors tonight. As this chapter closes, know that you'll always be a part of the Delone Catholic lacrosse family. Best of luck in all that lies ahead. We can't wait to see what you accomplish next year and many more years to come. Thank you, God bless, and go Delone.
Yes, congratulations to our seniors. I usually give mention to the opposing seniors. That reminds me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Squire Country at J.T. Flaherty Field on the campus of Delone Catholic High School for today's contest between West York and your Delone Catholic Squires. Regardless of the outcome of today's game, we ask that all spectators consider the time and effort that each of these young student athletes have put forth to represent their school. The purpose of this activity is to provide positive learning experiences and opportunities for personal growth for the student athletes, officials, and spectators. We ask that you assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship by taking personal responsibility in keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, and wholesome competition. No handheld signs and/or banners or noisemakers are permitted. Any spectator, by their actions or behavior interfering with this contest, will be removed from the stadium. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. In case of an emergency, please use either the Delone Avenue exit or the South Street exits in the direction of the school building. In the event of sudden cardiac arrest, the closest AED can be found on the sideline with the Delone Catholic athletic trainer. Spectators in need of assistance will find security officers throughout the facility. Let's meet today's starting lineups. Pause on that. We're going to do the national anthem first. At this time, we ask that everyone raise from their seats and remove their caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, boys, for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, that was actually the second time this year we've had to do that. Up at Gettysburg, I think we had to do it with one of the playoff games in basketball. But thanks to the guys for doing that. Yep. Yeah, they're going to bring out the starting lineups. We'll patch into the PA to see that. At the moment, I still don't have a roster for West York. We'll do our best to recognize the players. I like to do that for both teams as best we can. Somebody's actually running up. It might be that right now. I'd like them to announce the referees too, but because I'm almost positive one of them's Delone, but I can't tell exactly who the other two might be. Well, pardon my... Yeah, the one on the right there is definitely Delone. That might be Aaron Kuhn in the middle, and it could be Tim Grant on the side. Oh, I think it could be Tim Grant, Aaron Kuhn, and Rich Delone, but we'll take a look if they announce them. One good thing, or one thing that was brought about this year is they've gone to every varsity game being 3 referees. You can manage and officiate the game so much better with 3 than 2, and I think that's really increased the quality of the play in the league this year.
I need our roster.
Actually have the program that has our roster in it, so I do have our roster. I'm going to mark the starters as we go. But if there does exist a
All right, thank you for your patience. Appreciate the small delay. Beginning with West York, we'd like to announce first Noah Worm on attack, number 13. Logan Goodling on attack, number 2. Raymond Lai, attack, number 19.
take a picture of your picture.
Jackson Ferber, midi, number 10. Caden Oz, midi, number 14. And Edgar Miranda, midi, number 31. On defense, we have Carson King, number 33. Jacob Shomo, number 75. Griffin Schaffner, number 23. Which one's goalie? And Andrew Script, number 35, is goalie?
Yep, there you go. Take this back over to them.
Okay. All right, your lineup for Delone on attack. Number 22, Ray Haynes.
Ray Haynes.
Number 11, Rowan Nera.
Rowan Nera.
On attack, number 9, John Keeley.
And John Keeley on attack.
For your midfield, we have Will Holtz, number 10. Ryan Smullian, number 16. Channing Hickok, number 4. On defense, we have Nick Holtz, number 7. Ben Godecker, number 8. Colt Kirshner, number 12. And the goalie, Brooks Bowers.
So we're getting started for the first face-off here. On the way we set up, there's a goalie in each goal. 3 defenders that have to be behind the retaining line on each side. So 3 defenders, 3 attackmen, and then there's 3 in the middle. One of them's a face-off in the middle. Until there's a possession, the other guys can't release. I think they did call possession. That's called by the referees when somebody's able to throw, pass, or shoot, or carry, pass, or shoot the ball. So as the a shot's made, if it goes out of bounds, whoever's closest, whichever team's closest, gets the possession of the ball. So Delone's working it around the outside, the perimeter of their offense. Nick Holtz collects that up, moving up towards midfield. As he approaches midfield, they need to be aware of how many people are across. There can only be 6 people from each team in their offensive zone. Usually the 3 attack and 3 midfielders, because that's a goal there by number 10, Ferber, for the Bulldogs. So we have 1-0 West York coming up for another face-off. And in lacrosse, they do substitutions on the fly, kind of like in hockey. So sometimes there's a face-off guy, they call him Fogo, face-off, get-off. So after the face-off, they'll substitute somebody else in to play for them. Sometimes they'll play on, depending on the skill and experience of the player. Here we have coming down to Will Holtz. Collected up. Now a ground ball. John Keeley fighting for it. And again, Will Holtz is number 10. I'm trying to do some of my counts as I could do as I'm referencing. So they're 6 offense and 6 defense, not including the goalie. So they're a total of 7 people from the defense allowed on this half of the field, and 6 on the offense. I don't know if you heard from down there the play on. There's a minor infraction, the referee can choose to let the play go on for just a few seconds to see if the team that was offended can gain possession, gain advantage. If they don't, he can stop it and give the ball to that team. But you don't want to disadvantage a team who was penalized if they can pick it up and make a fast break. You want to allow them to do that. That's kind of the purpose of a play on. Nick Holt seems to be playing very strong on defense there. I didn't see the infraction, but the ball goes to West York. They need to get into the offensive box there within 10 seconds of going across midfield. And nice shot there by Channing Hickok. Bringing it in now. Again, we have Keeley. Back to Hickok. Out to Rowanera. Coming around the Will Holtz. Kind of a fake pass there to Keeley. Will still has it coming around the goal. Gets it out to Rowan. Right. Yeah. And playing on grass is a very different game from playing on turf. The ball will not go nearly as far on grass. So there'll be a lot of second chances, a lot of chances to get the ball before it would ordinarily go out if you're playing on turf. Good save by the goalkeeper there. Now the goalkeeper has 4 seconds to get out. He either needs to step out or throw the ball out of the crease. He can't be in the crease with the ball for longer than 4 seconds. That was that infraction there. So the ball goes to Delone out in the alley, as they call it, to the outside of the scoring box, the offensive zone there. And that was a shot, so closest player there was Channing Hickok, so Delone maintains possession. Again, they're sort of a lot like basketball, passing and moving around the perimeter. And nice shot there by Keeley and a goal. Or Will Holtz. I'm going to get Will and John mixed up, but that was Will Holtz on the score. Coming up on the face-off, we have Miranda for the Bulldogs, and it looks like Channing Hickok for the Squires. I think it's the first time I've seen him do a face-off here today. And in that case, I think the Bulldog player moved first before the whistle. You set everything up and you remain stationary until the whistle, and then they can both go after the ball with their cross. If there's any interruption in that process, the referee awards possession to one of the teams. Again, gathered up by the goalkeeper. Now they have 10 seconds. They have 20 seconds to get across midfield. They did that in plenty of time. And then after midfield, they have 10 seconds to get into the offensive zone there. And they're in, so that they can go back out, and they don't have to worry about any time issues. They can keep this ball moving around as long as they're trying to score and getting shots off. There is some officials' discretion about stalling, but if they're continuing to try to score, they could keep the ball for the rest of the quarter in this end. It's a little bit different when college has like an 80-second shot clock. But all they need to do now that they've got in the zone to get a touch, generally is what you call it, they can play with it, and they kept the ball in. Again, being on grass, that ball is not going to roll nearly as far as it would on turf. So both teams are probably going to have to chase down the ball more. And we have another score by Will Holtz. We're now 2-1 with 5 minutes to go. 2-1 Squires. And so I'm finding it easier to keep a track of who's scoring when I'm up here than when I'm on the field. One of the things I sort of struggle with is keeping track of that myself, actually. But now they're crashing in. The two midfielders can help. Now there's possession. So after they get possession, then the other players are released out of their zone there. Nichols gathered up that ground ball, makes a pass to his brother Will. Will's getting into the zone. He gets his touch, but he's going to keep going. And nice shot. I don't know if that was off the pole or off the goalie, but it was kind of on target. But didn't make it in. And we have a flag down that, imagine at least a push in the back. Vanilla will hold. So we have 23, 22 for the Bulldogs. 23, I believe, going out to serve probably, I didn't check, probably a 1 minute penalty. Delone will get the ball out in the alley again out to the side of the offensive zone. And they'll have a man advantage. And that was another score by Will. And since I believe that wasn't any egregious penalty, I think it was a normal penalty, after that score, the person who was penalized, number 23 there, gets released. He can come back in, so they're now both playing at even strength. More egregious penalties can be locked in, and that means it doesn't matter if the penalized or the team that was the victim of the penalty, they can score, but the other person has to stay in. But this was a releasable penalty, so they're back to full strength. And then we're starting with another face-off. We have some settled possession. Okay, I lost track of that. That looks like it might have been a timeout. That might be the... And the referees are coming to do a stick check. I would imagine they'll probably go after, I would say, number 10 for both teams. I think they scored all the goals. Just to check and make sure that the ball comes in and out of the cross correctly, the dimensions, the length, and the different widths of, especially up the head, the widths are within spec. Just to make sure that everybody's playing with regulation stuff. You don't want the ball to be held in there too tightly. That creates a bit of an advantage. You kind of want a situation where somebody can hit your cross and have that ball come out. We generally don't expect, I know when I'm reffing, I don't expect anything to be out of regulation. I'm not looking to catch anybody doing anything. And I'm certainly not necessarily picking on the person whose cross I pick isn't somebody, it's not somebody that I think is doing anything wrong. It's usually an offensive player, and if somebody scored a bunch of goals, I'm going to pick that person because I know they're an offensive player for the most part. So... Oh, I think that was a hit to the head. The ball didn't go in the goal. I'm imagining an inadvertent to the head. I didn't catch the number of the West York player. Now, the trailing official, they're calling a cross check. So it'll be 1 minute for number 75. Again, so there's a one player advantage for the Squires. Since it happened inside the attack zone, usually they'll go out to the alley for that. So Channing Hickok is in the alley to start play. Delone maintains possession as Keeley was the closest person to the ball after that shot. Nice block there by the goalie. Working on getting the ground ball scooped up there by Will Holtz. Another shot there by number 16, Ryan Smulian, and maintained by the Squires. Gonna pass to Keeley. Another good block by the goalkeeper. He gathers it up. He needs to get, okay, he walks out, so he cuts off the count there. But they're in the midst of a 20-second clock to get across midfield. Now that resets when Delone got possession, and a good bounce shot by Channing Hickok there for a score for the Squires. That was goal number 4 by number 4. And Channing's coming back out for the face-off. I didn't think he had the first one, but he's been doing pretty much the last 4 or 5 that they've done. The last 4 maybe that they've done. And so the 6 in there can play for the ball. If the ball goes across, okay, now it's possession by West York. And now as soon as they call possession, the other players are released from their boxes. West York's on the attack, going behind the goal. Holtz and Kirsten are there working on. Nice pickup there. Nice pickup there by Ryan Smulian. He's coming across. As a midfielder, he can pretty much take the whole way down, gets into the box. John Keeley with a score. Nice fast break goal there by the Squires. So with 1:20 to play, we have 5-1 Squires. Here we go. Ronera's back in for the face-off. I think he might have taken the first couple. And 11 for the number 13, West York has the ball. Pass goes by, and then Will Holtz picks it up, gets it back into the defensive zone, and Another goal here by Channing Hickok. So they're getting ready for the face-off. Now they get possession. Do the Bulldogs. They are in the goal. And taken back by Ryan Smolian again. Making a break to kill. He worked before, but he thought better of that shot this time. They're gathering up and getting a substitution or two. I think Brennan Greathouse is coming in. Up gets the ball back. Does Holtz. Delone maintains possession on that shot going out of bounds. Down just about 0. Yep. That's the end of the first period with the Squires 6, Bulldogs 1. They're doing another stick check here at the end of the first period. Usually they do one at the first time out and at the end of the period. They can do them also later in the game. Getting ready here to start the second quarter as the teams switch sides and begin with another face-off. Again, I'm kind of going through my normal process of counting 3 attackers, 3 defenders, and a goalie on each side of the field, and then midi on each side for each team, and then a face-off person in the middle. Will Holtz bringing the ball in. They get the touch in, so they're in the Fighting for the ground ball there. And scooped up by 33. He seems to be running out of good pass. Very good pass. Oh. There's a failure to advance, so they didn't get the ball. They didn't get possession of the ball past midfield. Oh, Delone scooping up the ball there. Going behind the goal is Keeley. He's got Channing to his right, coming back around and maybe swinging around for a shot, and he gets it in. So that's a goal by number 9. Getting ready for the face-off after the score. And they're starting. Fighting for the ground ball there. Nobody's got possession yet. I think they called possession. Still fighting for it, though. Coming across. Getting into their zone. Oh, Channing misses the pass. Will's there to pick it up. Working their offense. Again, kind of feels a bit like a weave, like in basketball. Taking it around the perimeter, sometimes trying to get in. That could have been a ward. The offense can't really push off on another player. And we're setting back up as well. Getting it into John Keeley, and he gets a And we also, after that goal, had a penalty on West York. There was a penalty on 75. So West York will be short a midfielder. So the near side in the midfield only has one player, and that's going to be Ray Haynes for the Squires. So Bulldogs got possession after the faceoff and then quickly called timeout. As we're at 9:10 to go in the second quarter, with the Squires up 8-1. So we're going to restart with West York ball outside the zone, so it'll be on it'll be past midfield for West York, but they're going to have to get in within 10 seconds into just get a touch into the offensive zone. And they got it in. Coming around the back, sometimes called the X area. Now going around the X, that's usually back behind the goal. But 14's taking some wide arcs again around the perimeter. Looking for openings inside. People move around, weave, try to get open. For a pass, sometimes they set picks as well. Again, much like basketball, they have to be stationary. And passes to 13. If a player's legally pushed out of bounds, they just lose possession, just like if you're out of bounds in basketball. Right in the middle there, nice pass there to Channing Hickok, who gets the score for the Squires. Like a new not a new midfield, but a midfielder substitution coming in. Brandon Greathouse on the near side. Rowan Nehra's doing the face-off duties again, and it looks like we have Ryan Smuley on the far side midi. We got Channing, Will Holtz, and John Keeley in the offense, and looks like we have Ben Godecker, Will Holtz, and Cole Kirshner as defenders, and Brian Bowers as Brooks Bowers as the goalie for the Squires at the moment. One from Keeley to Hickok. Back to Keeley. Over to Will Holtz. Out front. Oh, nope. Out front to Hain. Over to. That was Luke Moyer. Now collected back by Will. Looking for a shot, but not taking it. Go backhand. Delone maintains possession again on that shot out of bounds. Nice block there by the goalkeeper. Ray Haynes trying to pick up the loose ball. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Getting it out of bounds past midfield. That's going to be over to the Squires. Yep. Cole Kirshner brings it in. Over to Will Holtz. The Channing back to Holtz. Back up at the top. Very tight angle shot there by Hickok, but Delone maintains possession. Around the outside again. Looking for motion on the inside. And we have a goal there by John Keeley. So we have 10-1 for the Squires with 5:46 to go in the second. If we have a 12-point differential anytime past halftime, we go to a running clock. Much like in football, if it's 35 points at the end of or after halftime, and basketball is 30 points. In lacrosse, it's 12 goals. And that's possible at this moment. Ready for the face-off here. And they're pushing for it, fighting for it. Nobody's got it yet. Not yet. It's always a struggle, or it's always a challenge for the referees to not call for possession too early, and they didn't that time. They waited up. Just the ball being in the pocket of the cross for an instant isn't enough. You've got to be in a position where you can carry, pass, or shoot it. That's the criteria, and it usually takes a second or so. And I try to err on the side of waiting an extra half second before I call possession, because if you're crashing, it's enough people when you have 6 in there. You don't want to bring another 12 in there to potentially have a 18-person scrum. And we know there's have a shot there by Ray Hain, but Channing Hickok chases it out, so we maintain possession. Delone maintains possession here. 4:50 to play. Nice high angle shot. Delone maintains possession. Good block by the goalie there. One bit of difference between lacrosse and games like basketball and soccer is when you have an out of bounds and somebody has to bring the ball back in, they do it from inbounds. I find myself sometimes having to kind of yell at a player, you got to step in bounds before I can start the clock again. Unlike basketball, you start from outside and pass the ball in. A player can run with the ball and possess it that way, but you've got to start from inbounds. You can't start play from out of bounds, because then you're out of bounds. Possession here by Delone out in the alley. Mains down to Will Holtz. Nice sidearm shot there. We have another goal by Holtz to bring it to 11-1, I believe.
Goal number 10, Will Holt.
So with 3:54 to play in the half, it's 11-1 Squires. Getting ready for the face-off. We have, looks like, Nera and Miranda with the face-off here. They pull it out. Possession here by the Bulldogs by Miranda. Still needs to get a touch. Still not in yet. And scooped up, change of possession here by the Squires. Ryan Smulian coming in, getting a shot off, and possession maintained by the Squires. And another sidearm, a great shot there by Will Holtz. it takes nerves of steel to be a goalie in most sports, but lacrosse is one of the worst. Lacrosse is, a ball is pretty hard. It's rubber, but it's pretty hard, and it gets going very fast. And from a short distance like that, you have a very tiny amount of time to react to it. The physics teacher and me's thinking of the time it would take, velocity being distance over time and stuff like that, but it isn't long. You don't have a lot of time to get your body or your cross in the way of that shot. And again, we had procedure against West York on that face-off. Brennan Greathouse collects that up, gets it to Will Holtz. Gets it into John Keeley, and again, quick shot. Bring it now to 13-1 with 3:03 to play in the first half. Coming in for another face-off. I think we have a new midfielder in there for West York, number 15. I don't think I've seen him in here yet. Fighting for that face-off. Nothing yet, no possession yet. Ball squirts out. But again, you got to wait for possession. Now possession gotten by West York. They have 10 seconds now to get into the... And... I think we had timeout there by West York. Again, I don't want to jinx anything, but it looks like the weather's holding off. Might not get any rain at all as the lights come on here at the field. Doesn't feel quite as chilly as it did earlier either, so at least I don't think so. I had my wife's over there bundled up with extra sweater and jacket and blanket, but I don't feel too bad. Pardon me, I'm about to sneeze. Okay, maybe I'm not going to sneeze. They're going to restart after that. Oh, I think I understand what was happening. I didn't even notice it either, but I think the West York player was going the wrong way. Kind of a shot on goal from well past half court. That was halfway up the field. That was a very nice, well-placed shot there. Delone gathers it back up, though. We have Rowan Nera to Channing Hickok on the side. Again, a very tight angle shot coming out towards the middle, though. Back to Rowan, back to Will Holtz. Again, setting up at the middle. He's kind of point guarding over to John Keeley. Coming around the side there. Back behind the goal, we have back to X with Channing Hickok. Coming around the way he's coming, it's good for a right-handed player. It's a nice natural shot for them. As you come across towards the front of that goal, it opens up very quickly because you're the head of the cross is ahead of you, so that opens up very, very quickly. It's a favorite shot of a lot of players coming around that side. Narita, Ray Hain. Over to John Keeley. A minute 30 to play in the half here. Round X to Channing Hickok. Around the left side to now to Nara. Back to Will Holtz. And we have Keeley closest to that, so we get a possession by the Squires as we go down to 1 minute in the half. Pass there by Hain, collected up by the goalkeeper. Intercepted there by Nara, coming back the other way. Will Holtz with a shot. Deked a couple times, but got it in. So again, with 41 seconds to play, that's 14-1 Squires. 41 seconds to play in the half. It's 14-1 Squires. Looks like Ryan Smoolian in there as the face-off. And I think we might have a new face-off player for the Bulldogs. Looks like they're shifting a midfielder to defense and a defenseman out. So now they have a legal field set up. Everybody's where they need to be. And here comes the face-off. Smoolian pulls it back. It goes back into the defensive zone. Loose ball hold was called on the Squires. So it's going to be Bulldog possession. Gets it in the middle. Down we have a ground ball in front of the crease. A pretty big scrum. Who's got it back? Who's got it back? We have procedure call on the Squires. So with 12 seconds left, West York has the ball out in the alley. They're in their zone. And as time goes out, that ball didn't even go out of bounds. Just with the difference between a grass field. On a turf field, that would have rolled right out. But at the end of the half, we have the Squires 14, Bulldogs 1. As we start off in the second half, it's going to be a running clock for the remainder of the game. Even if it gets under, even if the point differential gets under 12, they'll keep the running clock going. Oh, yeah, go to commercial. And as we go to halftime, we're going to go to a Delone commercial. Sorry, good thing I talk for a living, huh? We'll be back in a few minutes. Recap the first half a little bit and ready for the second. Thanks, everybody.
Delone Catholic strategically invests in modern, safe, and innovative facilities with cutting-edge technology to support spiritual development and excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics, today and for the future.
I think we're going to have a lot better school than we have now, trying to keep the traditions that we do have, but expanding on them and making this a better place for students and teachers. The feedback we received from the community was that we needed a safe learning environment, and we needed technology upgrades here at the school to make it a better learning environment for the students and teachers. The broader community is very important to the school. We want to have a great environment for everyone, not just the students and faculty, but the community as well, the alumni and the businesses in the area. I'm excited about the improving all aspects of the school, the facilities, the athletic fields, the artistic areas, and to make this a place that students can be proud to come to, that's on par with any school of its size in the area.
I like how welcoming everyone is and how genuine the people are here.
I could not recommend Delone Catholic more to anyone who is considering transferring schools, coming to a new school, maybe you're just getting out of middle school, can't decide where to go to high school. Delone Catholic is the place to choose. Dear Mom and Dad,
I wanted to take a moment to genuinely thank you for the incredible gift of a Delone Catholic education. The support and sacrifices you make mean a lot to me.
Thank you for believing in my potential enough to invest in the school. I know you didn't have this same opportunity, and that truly inspires me to do my best every day.
It goes beyond just academics for me. Being able to explore and deepen my faith in this environment is incredibly important. The lessons here build more than just test scores. They instill real-world values.
My teachers are so kind and caring. Their dedication is incredible. I truly feel their mentorship is preparing me for college and beyond.
My coaches teach me about leadership and discipline, which makes me a stronger person, both on the court, on the stage, and in the classroom.
This education emphasizes leading a life rooted in moral integrity and faith. Those principles guide me through challenges and help me figure out the right path for my future.
The friendships I've developed here are invaluable. At another school, I might have not met such incredible people who consistently encourage me to do better.
Having friends who share similar values creates a strong sense of belonging for me. It's comforting to know I am part of this journey with others, and we help each other grow.
I am honestly so thankful for this opportunity. Your sacrifice has given me more than just a school. It has made me a part of a community that truly understands the importance of faith and deep connection.
Thank you, parents, for believing in me and supporting my path. I promise to use everything you've given me to build a positive and bright future.
I appreciate you both so much. Knowing you will always be there in my corner makes all the difference as I move forward towards my new endeavors.
Love, Jackie.
Colin.
I had to do something when my headaches were making my entire life a headache. My PCP was so good about it. We talked about my routines, like all the coffee I'm drinking and all the sleeping I'm not doing. We ruled some things out, and I made some changes. So far, fewer headaches. So good. My PCP specializes in me.
Find a PCP near you and connect to a network of nationally recognized care at upmc.com/PCP.
And welcome back here to the JT Flaherty Field here at Delone Catholic High School, as we're at halftime with the Delone Squires up 14-1 against the visiting West York Bulldogs. Just kind of to recap numbers, we had Will Holtz with 6 goals, John Keeley with 5, and Channing Hickok for 3 for the 14 for the Squires. And number 10, Ferber for West York, has the goal for the Bulldogs. I want to celebrate I don't know if I have the roster. the seniors for West York as well. I don't know if I don't think I have anybody. I have the starting roster, but I don't have the seniors. Also the seniors for the Squires, and the parents of all of our, especially our Squire seniors, who over the years driven to practices, brought concessions, sold concessions, carried equipment, and with most sports, but lacrosse is no exception, probably over weekends traveled to tournaments where you set up a pop-up tent and you play a game and then wait for a couple hours, play again and wait for a couple hours, for a weekend at a time. While those things probably sometimes I know seem to be a hassle as they happen, they probably end up being great memories too, as these players get through their high school careers in lacrosse. I do want to wish them all the best, especially the seniors. I think I've had all of them in class at least once. Yeah, at Enzo. I had Ben, Colt, Nick. I still have Nick at the moment, and Ryan. I have Ryan at the moment as well. So, and because I've Ben, Ryan, and Nick all in the same class. Great career to you guys. We'll see. We'll also be back on Friday for the game with Southwest, but this is the night we celebrate those seniors. Thanks to Sarah Park. I also have her in that class as well for helping with the team here this year. It's nice to see the program growing and continuing. I remember when it was just starting up with probably the oldest of the Hall boys, and the youngest of them graduated last year. So they were here for a lot of the development of the program, and it's going to continue, and it looks like it's growing and getting more and more interest, more and more success, more and more fun, I believe, for the kids as well. So it's great to see that grow from an idea to actual physical reality. So we're getting ready for the second half here. This is great to be able to celebrate that for these kids. We're gonna get ready again for a face-off. Now, once the clock starts, it'll only stop for timeouts, injuries, and I don't think time-serving penalties even when they stop for that. I think it'll keep going. So I'm imagining just as time goes, it'll be a shorter second half than first. But it looks like the teams are getting ready as we speak for the opening face-off for the second half. We have the numbers correct. We have the right numbers in the right sections of the field. The face-off players are in position. The referees are in position. The clock is in position. I think we're ready to go. Collected there for possession by Ray Haynes. Coming in, getting the touch, and it's into Keeley. Yeah, John Keeley. Over to Channing Hickok and behind the net. Missed a pass to Brennan Greathouse. Collected back up by Keeley. Pass to Haynes, sorry, I don't want to. Will Holtz to Keeley. Takes it back up. Again, after they get that touch, they can go back as far as midfield. And then there's a kind of an over and back, much like there's backcourt in basketball. They can't go back past that once they get into the offensive zone. We had a shot attempt by the Squires, so it goes out of bounds, and the Squires were closest, so they maintain possession. So Ryan Smulian to, I believe that's Brennan Greathouse, to Channing Hickok, over to Will Holtz, trying a shot. And again, we have possession maintained by the Squires and brought back in. Trips up, maintains possession, though, so he can adjust. And shot in there by Smulian, collected up by the keeper. Long pass. They still need to get their touch. Oh, change of possession here by the Squires. Into Keeley, he gets in, and a pass and shot to John Keeley. So that's going to bring us to 15-1 with 9:50 and running left in the third quarter. Looks like the field's ready. As soon as John's off the field, John Keeley's off. Ray Haynes gets it. Brought into the offensive zone here, and Keeley's got it. Coming back around, rotating around behind the net. Hickok's behind the net, getting it, pass out towards, blocked by the defense. Smulian collects it up. Ground balls are notoriously difficult here at Delone just because of the way the field can be pitted. But he collected that up very well. Ronera coming in for a shot. Kind of gets caught up, I think, in his cross. But Smulian collects the ball. Gets it back to Nera. Across the middle, almost to Keeley. Misses. He gets it back. And bounce shot. Stays in bounds. Good hustle there by Channing to pick it up. Gets it over to Ray Haynes. Across the middle. Almost there for Luke Moyer. To Luke, back to Channing. To Ryan Smulian again. And Haynes picks up the bounce pass there. Nice pick there by Liam Melody. Off the post, bouncing back. Had loose ball hold against the Squires. Get across midfield with that, but they need to get a touch. If you notice in there towards the middle of the field here, okay, it's the single side ref that's given that 10 count, much like the 10 count in basketball to get across midfield. Once they get across midfield here, they have 10 seconds to get inside the offensive zone. Will Holtz there with the goal with a long stick. So he's moved to midfielder at the moment, it looks. Well, maybe even defender. He's going back into the defensive zone. Delone is changing up some of their players, actually changing positions more than changing who's in there. Like Will Holtz is now, Nick Holtz is now at midfield, and Will has switched to defense. Kind of got possession there, and lost it quickly, but gathered it back up. He gets in. Oh. Everybody lost track of the ball there for a second. Good scoop, little scoop pass to Smoolian as he's coming around. Towards the middle, doesn't quite get through. Holtz is working to collect that up. Picked up there by Smoolian. Again, working around counterclockwise. That's most natural for a right-handed player. Passes it over to Hain, over to Nera. Bounce shot out of bounds. Going to be brought in by Channing Hickok. To John Keeley, over to Will Holtz. Again, shot past Hickok. He gets to keep the ball, so Delone's going to keep the ball. Down to about 3.5 minutes left in the third. And another shot out of bounds, keeping the ball with the Squires. So we get to 3 minutes to play in the third. Channing to Keeley. To Ray Haynes. To Rowanera. He's got it up front. Back to Haynes. Back to X with Channing. Pass to the front. Didn't quite get to Rowan. Goalie scoops it up, brings it in. Change of possession. He's got 4 seconds to get out. He passes it out. And collected up by the Squires. Almost collected up by the Squires. Caught a push on Delone, so blue ball. So they still need to get the ball in. They have a 10-second count to get into the zone, and they just did, so that's in. That was over and back against the Bulldogs, so they gather things up, and Delone gets the ball. Gets into the zone by Nera, and he makes a shot. So that's Rowan Nera. So we're at 17-1 with 1 minute 30 to play in the third quarter. Getting ready for a face-off here. We'll have a face-off with about a minute left. in the quarter. Field looks good. And no possession yet, no possession yet. Scooped up by Will Holt, so we got possession for the Squires. Still needs to get it, and he gets the touch. Got to change of possession. Bulldogs taking it across midfield. Short time left, so they're going to probably try their best to get the ball close and maybe even get it in. Collected up by goalie Brock Bowers. He's running upfield. Drops the ball. Still gets it back in his cross. We have a flag, 2 flags now. On blue, I'm assuming. The second flag, they'll play on with 1 flag, with the second one stops play. So let's see what they have. They have 2 slashes. And that's the end of the third quarter. With the score 17 for the Squires and 1 for the Bulldogs. Just about ready here for the fourth quarter to start. Teams are taking their positions now. At the end of the quarter here, or if we end a quarter with an uneven number of players, the team with the advantage gets the free possession. There is no face-off here at the beginning of the fourth quarter because of that. So they'll start with Delone with possession in the offensive side of the field. They still have 10 seconds to get their touch in. And they get that. And Channing picks up that shot. Coming around. Luke Moyer with the ball. Back to back to Smulian. Back to Luke, now to John Keeley. Not Keeley. That was Will Holtz. That's Luke. Or that's John Keeley. Oh, Luke Moyer had a nice pass but couldn't collect it up. Possession change collected up by the goalie. Passes beyond midfield, collected there by the Bulldogs. They get their touch in, and they're threatening. Down a man, they still got a goal. I think that was Ferber with the goal. We're going to get confirmation with the announcement, I hope.
Number 10, Jackson Ferber.
Yep, so Jackson Ferber with the goal, with his second goal of the night. Now we're going back to a face-off. After a goal, there's still a face-off even with West York down a man. They'll lose a midfielder. So they're going to be 3-on-2 really at this face-off. Still trying to get possession. Number 12 for the Squires gets possession. Colt Kirshner. I think Colt's usually a defenseman, but he's up in midfield. So that's, again, the Squires are changing around their positions. They don't have too many substitutes, but they can switch guys around to play different positions, get some more experience. Have a little fun doing something different. Ryan Smolian with the ball. Up in the front corner, or up in the back corner. And nice shot there. Is that Ben? Yep, by Ben Godecker. So we're at 18-2, under 9 minutes to go in the game. I think we have a Bulldog player with a broken cross, so they're just going to replace him until they get that fixed. So as we get to 8 minutes, we're going to have a face-off. Both teams are at full strength now. And ball scoots back. Gathered up by Kirshner for possession for the Squires. Again, they have 10 seconds to get the ball in. They got the touch. And a pass going out of bounds, maintained by the Squires. Will Holtz and X behind the goal. Trying to direct the offense here. Brendan Greathouse cutting across the middle. Almost got a pass there to Kirshner. No, 22. That was Haynes. We have Bulldog ball getting across midfield. They get their touch. Shot collected up by goaltender for the Squires. Pass out. I think that was probably defenseless player. We'll see what that call was. think that's unnecessary roughness. I think that's what Aaron's calling. But we'll. So whatever it is, I think it was a hit to the head because it's a locked-in penalty. It's 1 minute. Kirshner brings it up. Have a ground ball and a pretty big scrum going for the ground ball. Scoots out the back. Delone picks it up goes to Will Holtz. Luke Moyer. Again, that's one of the things about being a grass field. Turf field, that would have been over and back probably, but it stopped dead when it hit that grass. As we go to 5 minutes. Shot there collected by the goalkeeper. Now we have some controversy here in the stop and play with 4:25 to go. I think we have a timeout. I know the Bulldogs were calling for interference for the Squire hitting the cross of the goalie, and then I think there was another infraction on the Squires up here at midfield. So I don't know whether they're going to give the ball up towards midfield or back towards the. So yeah, we're going to have, from where they threw the ball, it's going to be Bulldog ball coming in on their offensive side of the court or offensive side of the field. Getting the field right, goalie in the net or in the crease. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think everybody's right, and they're going to start play again. Nope. Just missing. That's Will. Good block there by the goalie. Bringing it up past midfield. Down to Smulian. And Smulian with a goal.
Goal, number 16.
That brings us to 19-2. Under 4 minutes to play. Getting ready for a face-off here. As we get towards 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Face-off starts. No possession yet. Ronera picks it up, gets possession. And timeout called by the Squires. With 2 minutes and 56 seconds to play. So it'll be Squire ball in the alley as they restart. Looks like Ben Godeker's going to be bringing it in from the alley. Looks like the field's good, so they're going to start up. Gets it over to John Keeley in X. Back to Godeker. Over to Haynes. To Will Holtz. Gets it to Luke Moyer in the middle. Drops it so they have a ground ball. Scooped up almost by Smoleans. Back on the ground. Again, we're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And a big scrum for the loose ball. And we have white ball. So Will Holtz brings it in from the alley. Looking for Luke Moyer. Takes the shot. Back to Moyer out in the alley here. We have 1:45 to play. Moyer with a chance with a shot. Drops it. Picked up by the Bulldogs. They're getting to midfield. On a break, drops the ball. Collected by, I think that's Godeker again. And to Will Holtz. They have their touch in, so they can take their time back out anywhere in their half of the field. Who's got the ball? Coming around, perhaps around X. Under a minute to play. Oh, passes. Collected by the goalkeeper. Oh. Yeah, it slipped out of the goalkeeper's cross there. He was trying to pass it, and it didn't go very far. Collected. Yep, and the game's over there. With the score 19 for the Squires and 2 for the Bulldogs. Yep. Yep. Thanks everybody. Thank you both teams, the Squires and the Bulldogs. Thanks to the coaches for all of their work, the referees for their work, people down in the press box, and all the fans for coming. Everybody watching here on YouTube. On behalf of Danny and Luke and I, again, thank you all, and good night here from JT Flaherty Field at Delone Catholic High School. Good night.